with the first guy we're going to talk a little bit about, a running back, Hassan Hall from Georgia Tech.
Well, yeah, I really like him on film. So he was at Louisville for 4 years, and then he went to Georgia Tech. I actually looked at him last year a little bit on film when he was at Louisville. He's kind of, when you watch him on film, I don't know if he's great at anything, but he's really good at a lot of things. So, you're talking about he ran sub 4.5. He's a small area guy, so he had a 37-inch vertical leap. He had a 10-10 broad jump, which tells me he's really explosive. Then he was strong. He had 18 reps at the bench for 225. Like I said, he played 4 years. He had 100. The thing I liked is that when he's at Georgia Tech, he became the vocal guy a little bit later. So he had 106 carries, over 500 yards. But what I liked is at Georgia Tech, he had 28 receptions in that 1 year. So he's versatile. He pass protects pretty well. He doesn't have great breakaway speed, but he's really, really tough. And I think he'd be a good fit for what the Browns are trying to do.
All right, let's take a look at some of the things that he can do. Take us through the first clip, what we see here.
Well, this is a little variation. A lot of things you're going to see in the NFL. This is a variation off the zone to the right, so it's just kind of a bend back play. Does a really good job putting his foot in the ground, getting around the edge. This is kind of what he does. So he's not a breakaway guy, but he always seems to be open. He always seems to make a good cut. He seems to read his blocks very well. He breaks that first tackle, very durable, never goes out of bounds. He's a tough guy. So, again, this is a variation. It's very similar to what you see in the NFL when teams make their variations off their bread and butter. Stefanski does this all the time. So this is actually a zone to the right that Louisville has turned into a cutback on the left side. Again, this is when he's with Louisville for 4 years.
You see that the foot in the ground, that'll get some of the defenders to come up and kind of gets him to the edge. The other thing that the next clip is you say he likes to finish, and he finishes strong.
Well, again, so this is an outside zone here. Again, trying to find plays that are similar to Browns do. So this is an outside zone here to the left to the boundary. Again, not going to run out of bounds, finish the play, stumbles a little bit. Again, not a super breakaway threat, but he's a guy that I think would be very durable. He's a guy who would be dependable. I think he's a guy that plays special teams. He can be a third down back if needed. He can give spells if needed. They're going to need that third down back. They haven't made any moves yet. Also, Ford is very inexperienced, so they need some competition for him behind Chubb. So, again, this guy puts his foot in the ground, finishes plays. He's run a lot of plays that the Browns run with the counter and zone scheme, so I think he'd be familiar with what they do. Again, I just like his film. He's very consistent in what he does.
And he will get some opportunities in training camp and likely in the preseason to show that he belongs. All right, this next clip, you mentioned change of direction in this as well.
Well, yeah, so this is the class. Here's a play that's just a power play from Louisville to the boundary here again. He actually gets outside bounces. Again, almost like a jump cut. He does jump cut very well. Change of direction. He has good short area burst. He's quicker than he is fast. But in the NFL, for me, he's all of a sudden you give him the ball and it's stuck in and sticks. I don't know if he's going to give you the home run plays. He may never give you the home run plays, but he reads his blocks very well. The end plays it pretty well here, kind of stalemates the fullback, so he just bounces it. And he does a really good job of putting his foot in the ground again, putting his head down, and then again, creating a good third down or second down and manageable. This would be third down, so now he's got it to 3rd and 4, which for an offense coordinator is a great down and distance.